welcome to Webinar Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope wherever you are hailing from, your day, your morning, your afternoon, evening has been fantastic, and we appreciate you being here with us. So let's see who started off the chat. James throwing a curveball in there and saying, hello, my name is Jim. Unexpected. I like that, James. Jim, I guess. Thanks for starting off the chat. Hey, Alan T, Monique, my co-host, hopped in there as well. Stevie from North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in Western North Carolina right now, and it is very beautiful. Dee, Jean, Bill, Bianca, Helen, and Kay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. So just a couple of housekeeping things before we get started. Keep telling us where you're from. Tell us what you're working on, and if you have hosted a course before, or if this is brand new information to you. Monique has been kind enough to offer to answer questions at the end. So you can see in the chat on the right side of the chat, there's a Q&A only tab. So as Monique is going through her presentation, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in there, and we'll be grabbing them at the end. So another little note before we get started, this session will be recorded. So if you have to leave early or join late, then you will get a full recording to the email you registered with. We will also be posting this to our YouTube channel. So if you're not familiar, please go and subscribe to the channel. You can find it by searching for Lulu University on YouTube. We post all of our webinars and tutorials and how-to videos there. So definitely check it out. All right. So without further ado, I will introduce Monique, who is kind enough to join us today. I'm very excited about this one. I'm excited about all of them, but I think that our audience and you Lulu users out there, or anyone who tuned into this webinar, this will be really valuable information. So be on your best behavior, as you always are. And so Monique Daniels is joining me today. Monique is the Creator Program Specialist at Teachable. She's guided hundreds of creators by providing strategic insights and technical implementation support to help them successfully build and launch their courses, digital content, and coaching. So I hope that some of you will join that legion of creators that Monique has helped. And yeah, please give her a warm welcome. And Monique, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Really appreciate the intro. I am so excited to get into our presentation for you all today, which is all about how to monetize your expertise with courses. But first, let's continue the good vibes in the chat. I would love to hear from more of you. Go ahead and introduce yourself there. Let me know where you're coming from as well. Feel free to share any social media handles if you're feeling it as well. Go for it. And Chelsea gave me a great intro, but I'll go ahead and introduce myself again just in case. My name is Monique Daniels. I'm a Creator Program Specialist here at Teachable, which means it's just, a fancy way of saying that I get to help folks from all over the world create their courses, get their coaching ready, and basically get started on the platform. And this session is definitely going to be for you if you want to save time and get the most out of the content that you already have for your audience and your community. If you're an author, creator, coach, instructor, tutor, just looking to reach more people with your work and scale your business, or if you want a flexible, streamlined process to share content. So before we dive in, I want to take a moment to just talk through some of the fears and concerns we have from creators, or we've heard from creators all of the time. A couple of those include, how do I scale my business without eating away at what little time I have now? How do I create a future-proof business? And how do I escape the changes of algorithms and own my audience experience? All of these are totally valid, and if this is something you've thought to yourself before, no worries, you are definitely not alone. So I do have some goals for you today. Consider it sort of like homework for today's session. I would love for you to walk away with our proven steps to adding knowledge products to your online business. I want you to understand how Teachable can be your business partner and can get you started now, not months from now. And I want you to feel supported in your journey every step of the way. Just a few tips to keep in mind as I'm going through everything today. Go ahead and keep chatting with us. I see a couple of more people in the chat. We got a Stevie, Jean, Kay, Charles. Hello, everybody. Alice. Keep chatting with us. We are so happy to see you all here. And if you have any questions, I believe there is a Q&A section in the chat as well. Again, I'm going to try to leave some time towards the end to get to those questions. So drop any questions you have in there. Take screenshots of content that you might want to revisit later on. If anything looks blurry, there should be a settings icon somewhere where you can change the video quality to 720 HD. And if we are moving too quickly, there's a lot of stuff to get through. No worries. Again, this session is being recorded and you will receive a copy of the recording later on today. Okay, so here we are with the $1 million question. Why sell or scale with knowledge products? Selling products like online courses, coaching, and digital downloads allows you to expand your business right now, all while staying true to your brand. And we want you to work smarter, not harder. Offering knowledge products on Teachable lets you grow your income with sustainable revenue streams, create a custom learning experience for your audience, sell engaging content that serves and builds a loyal customer base, and scale your brand and business authentically. So, why should you embrace knowledge products? It all comes back down to the money. As of 2022, the creator economy market size was estimated at $104.2 billion. It's a lot of money. That's more than double its value since 2019. And because it's only growing, it's become the natural choice for creators looking to tap into the market. So in addition to all of that cash, there's also the matter of time. It can take so long to create content like podcasts and books, and even longer before you start to get paid for those things, especially if you're just starting out. But with knowledge products, you can speed up that process and get business growth results so much faster. And why not take something that you're already passionate about and turn it into a full-time career? Sharing your knowledge with others influences and molds the future of students who consume your content. So in other words, your passion is powerful. And why stay beholden to an algorithm? We don't need those. With Teachable, your content is completely yours, and you can break free of the pressures of having to constantly create. And lastly, you can use knowledge products to create longevity. They are a long-term and engaging way to share what you know without having to fight those algorithms or follow every new trend. So in short, a sustainable online business that includes knowledge products is the key to building a long-lasting online business with endless room for growth. Okay, y'all, so let's dive into the 4 proven steps to grow, establish, and scale your business with knowledge products. So here at Team Teachable, we have witnessed tens of thousands of creators grow. We've looked at the data, we've interviewed our top earners, and we realized that those with the most success all sort of follow similar paths. And that first step is to build upon a strong foundation. So we often hear, I've written a book, but I'm not sure how to turn it into a course curriculum. I have content, but not a course curriculum. I know what my audience loves. How do I sell that? I want to grow, but I don't know where to start. And how do I know my audience is ready to buy? And lastly, my favorite one, I do not want to waste time. Nobody wants to waste time. So a solid foundation is essential to any successful online business. Build upon what you've already established through knowledge products to scale and grow effectively and quickly. But what does that even mean? It means identifying the content your audience loves on social media, in newsletters, on YouTube, or in a blog. Leverage that content and translate it into knowledge products such as digital downloads, coaching services, or online courses. Repurpose what you have when and where you can. And finally, when you're ready, making sales and scaling your business as you grow. And you can definitely do all of this on Teachable by building or connecting your already established homepage to capture leads and generate interest among your community. Identify content that you already have and turn it into an online course or digital download. And we're going to dig into building your online course in just a little bit, I promise. Start testing this content by hosting webinars in your Teachable school. You can test a possible curriculum by utilizing our coaching product to receive feedback, testimonials, and validate your content. And after getting that feedback, building trust, and validating the content, you can expand your offerings through a mini course or even through a flagship course. And all of this is actionable right now on Teachable, not in a year, not 6 months from now, right now. Okay, and that brings us to step 2, share your expertise confidently. So to build and grow the business you want, you need to feel confident that your product is packaged and presented your way. Flexibility is super important, and we totally get that. With courses, coaching products, and digital downloads, you can build and scale a business, create and customize best-in-class learning experiences, connect with audiences all around the world, and maximize your earning potential. With courses, you can unlock your creativity with our fully customizable course builder, which means that you can promote student engagement and satisfaction with quizzes, course compliance, certificates of completion, comments, and so much more. You can maximize your students' learning through ready-made templates and customizable features. And with coaching, you can add value to your online business and student learning experience by creating intake forms, milestones to manage that experience, and track client progress via automated email notifications. Lastly, with digital downloads, you can build an audience, you can collect leads, and diversify your product offerings. So Teachable even harnesses the power of AI to help you get started with the course curriculum right away. So you can get started, or you can jump into what you do best, which is sharing your knowledge and expertise. So I'm going to show you just how quickly you can get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for just a moment. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to pull up my own Teachable school. Cue the elevator music. Here we go. Okay, cool. So I'm seeing my Teachable school on the screen. I hope everybody can see that as well. I'm just going to take a sip of water and then we will dive right in. Okay, so I'm in my school. And I already have a couple of courses here, but for today, I actually want to start off from scratch just to show you how quickly, if you have an idea, you can go ahead and have a fully fleshed out curriculum outline in less than 5 minutes. It's so fast. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new course and let it load. And my course is all about teaching students how to use a program called Canva to create and design professional content. So I'm just going to go ahead and name this Canva 101. I'm going to leave myself as the author here. And I'm going to select help me generate a course outline. And that's our AI curriculum builder. And again, this is totally free. So if you are curious, you want to follow along with me, you can create a free school. This tool is totally free, even though it's new to our platform, and you can go ahead and get started today as well. But we'll continue on. Now, the trick here is to be as specific as possible with your outline. I already have an outline written out, so I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me type everything out. I'm just going to copy and paste it in here. And we'll go over a couple of key components here. Again, the trick is to be as specific as possible. So I have my course topic, which again is teaching folks how to use canva.com to create beautiful professional content as easily as possible with no experience necessary. So nice and specific. I also want them to know that by the end of the course, my students should feel confident in calling themselves Canva experts. So there I have my transformation. And then I get into the little details. So this course should take no longer than 3 hours to complete. It should include lessons where they'll have a chance to interact with me for live office hours. And the course should also have opportunities for them to purchase coaching time with me. And it should end with a call to action to leave feedback for me and to take another course. So Nice and specific. I haven't left any details out. We're going to go ahead and generate this curriculum. Ooh, let's try it one more time. Usually takes about a couple of seconds or so, no longer than a minute. I've been very specific with mine, so it's probably just working on getting everything that I wanted included in there. So we'll give it a moment. In the meantime, I'm going to pop into the chat, see what we have going on here. See, Stevie, I love Canva. Yes, Canva is my favorite. I am working on this course right now too, so this is super helpful for me as well. But boom, here we have our curriculum. Now I could have spent hours trying to sit down, because it would have taken me hours to sit down and try to outline this course on my own, but in less than 5-ish minutes, I have a completed outline. So it's included an intro for me. Welcome to Canva 101, an overview of my course, creating and getting set up on Canva, layouts, office hours, purchasing my time, and a call to action for leaving feedback. So everything that I wanted from my prompt is here. My next step, I'm going to go ahead and continue with this outline. Let it load. There we go, drum roll, perfect. So from here, I'm really just gonna go ahead and take the steps to make this my own. We at Teachable will give you an outline, a curriculum to work with, but what's most important is that you put your voice into this curriculum as well. I'm pretty cool with the introduction, but I'm just gonna go ahead and easily add a new lesson, introducing myself as the instructor. So I might say something like meet the author. We'll save that. I'm cool with all of this. We have layouts. I might even want to add an additional section here that dives closer in or more into all of the tools that Canva has to offer. So I might name this my favorite. And it would help if I could spell favorite today. There we go. Canva tools. We'll save that. I'm not in love with the placement of this particular section, so I'm going to lift this up to live more towards the meat of my course. And then we can add lessons here like color wheel and maybe the brand kit. Perfect. So I'm just making this my own. I'm tailoring this curriculum to make sure that my voice is included in the content and that I'm not missing anything from the course that would help my students to get to the transformation they want. And the cool thing about this as well is I've already had this prompt in the back of my mind ready to go. It's content that I've already had ready. So it's just a matter of popping it into the Teachable curriculum generator. And again, in less than 5 minutes, I have a fully fledged curriculum. So I think we're good to go here. From here, all I would need to do is start dropping in the actual content, which again is super easy. And if you already have that content ready to go, it would just be a matter of clicking into the lesson, adding content, and then picking from any of the options that we have here. But I'm not going to make you sit through all that. I just wanted to show you how quickly you are able to do this on Teachable. So let me go ahead and get back to my slides because I want to share some best practices with you on creating your courses if you decide to create a course with Teachable. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen again. Perfect. So again, here are some best practices that you can follow if you decide to go ahead and take a leap and do our free plan and use this free tool. So be as specific as possible with your AI curriculum generator prompt. You want to include the course topic and the transformation that your students can expect towards the end of the course. How long should the course take to complete? Is there a community, a live interaction, or any kind of live interactive component to your course? And then, of course, you want to make, I'm going to say course a million times during this presentation, by the way. Of course, you want to make your curriculum your own. We provide a template, but it is so important for you to include your own voice there. And just some little tidbits here, video tends to perform the best in terms of content and engagement. So if your video exceeds 10 to 20 minutes, it might be best to edit that down into multiple clips. Excuse me. And try to keep your curriculum under 12 sections for optimal engagement. This is one of those slides that's really good to screenshot, especially if you intend on trying out the free plan today. All right, so let's get back into it. Just a quick quote here: growth and success can only come when you have the flexibility and the customization you need to confidently run your business. We got cut off a little bit there, run your business. And that's something that you can do with this curriculum generator. It is so fast and so flexible. You shouldn't have any issues with creating content today. All right, so let's pop back into the steps. Number 3 is monetize wisely. So no matter if you're at your first or your 500th sale, you need to monetize wisely. This means building a pricing strategy that allows you to grow and expand. So you want to build your buyer's journey. This can be thought of as a pricing ladder. Creating a journey from a free to a paid product means that you spend most of your time promoting your free product, and then you simply just let the ladder do the rest, bringing your students over to your paid product. So you can leverage the right pricing strategies to help build out your pricing ladder through order bumps, upsells, bundles. We have coupons, memberships. All of these are possible on Teachable. And Teachable's real goal is just to make the business side of owning a business easier. So with that, we have Teachable Pay, which is our payment processor. And on Teachable Pay, you can get paid quickly on your preferred schedule. So that could be daily, weekly, or monthly. You can let Teachable handle collecting and remitting tax for you. So if you're not a fan of tax, I don't think anybody is a fan of tax, we will handle that for you. And you can sell confidently into the global markets and boost global conversion checkout by up to 22% with tax-inclusive pricing. Okay, so y'all, we have made it to step 4. Drum roll. Thank you so much for sticking with me so far. Let's get into leveraging integrations and automations where possible. So you need to scale wisely through creating a repeatable and seamless process for your business. Learn to automate and integrate, and this is so easy on Teachable. So whether you're integrating with your favorite email service provider or using our public API to create a custom experience for your students, everything you need is either in Teachable already or works with Teachable. And that includes MailChimp, Zapier, ConvertKit, Google Analytics, Segment, Aweber, and so much more. The list is always growing. And you can take advantage of our affiliate and student referral programs as well. There is nothing like word of mouth marketing for growing and marketing your business. Our student and affiliate programs, referral features, allow you to expand your reach and build the affiliate influencer or ambassador program that's right for you. You can set your own referral discounts and automate affiliate payouts to collaborators with back office, which again is only available on Teachable Pay. All right, so we have made it towards the end. I'm going to take a deep breath here. Let's take a moment to step back and just kind of review what we've learned for today. Knowledge products are easier than you think. Tens of thousands of active creators have reached 46 million students globally, and you can too. It is doable in the short term. You can launch knowledge products as soon as tomorrow or as soon as today even. I believe in you, you can do it. Scalable, they are scalable. You can easily expand and repurpose knowledge products and offerings. And lastly, they are profitable because you should be paid to share what you know. Plus, we have a whole Teachable team behind your business, so you will never be alone. There's our award-winning customer support team, our 30-day accelerator program to launch your course or boost sales, detailed self-paced training courses on Teachable U, We have creator connections on Teachable HQ, and we have live group coaching calls. I am one of the coaches there, so you can come register and come say hi. I would love to see you there. Our customer support team is, again, award-winning, and it's definitely one of the things that sets us apart from our competition. Our team is ready to help you no matter where you're at in your journey or where you are in your experience level. And within Teachable U, we have our very own mini courses for you to access at any time in your journey. There are hours and hours of training videos, our core courses, guides, bonus lessons, and so much more. And Teachable HQ, my personal favorite, is our community. It's exclusive to paying Teachable members, but you can get advice from experts on the Teachable staff. You can connect with other creators and get access to exclusive education events and so much more. I'm always in the community, so if you do decide to join, no pressure, come say hi to me. I'm happy to answer any questions there as well. So I will leave you all with a quote from one of our very own Teachable creators, Clifford Brooks, the third of the Working Writer, where he says, "Teachable provides me the tools, support, and strength to see my dreams happen. Not only does Teachable boost my income, but it also boosts my confidence." And remember, no matter what platform you decide to trust for your business needs, own your content, empower your audience, and build the future you want. So if you're ready to get started today, and I hope you are, go ahead and scan the QR code here. That'll bring you right over to a free Teachable plan, and then you can go ahead and get started with our AI curriculum generator and just play around with the possibilities that you have for building your very own course. Okay, I think we have reached the end here. I would love to answer any questions if we have them. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Hey, I think you're muted. Can't hear you. Oh, no. No worries. I'm going to pop into the chat and see what we see or what we have here. Hey, Chelsea, still can't hear you. Oh, no. This is the fun part of doing webinars, y'all. It happens. I see some questions. Nader says, or maybe Nadir, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Do we need to have video in the course? No, absolutely not. You don't need to have video within a course. You can have any type of content, whether that's PDF, text, images, quizzes, anything you need or anything that you have at the ready is perfectly fine. I just mentioned video because it tends to promote engagement on Teachable. So if you're looking for the best way to keep your students engaged with your content, we found that video tends to perform the best as opposed to just like text and images alone. But totally fine if you don't want to include video. Okay, let's see where we are. I'm seeing a question. Let's see, question from Helena. Is there another way of connecting to the AI developer besides the QR code? Yeah, for sure. So you can just head over to teachable.com, I believe, or we might have a special link. Let me see here in the chat if we do. Olivia might have shared it. Yeah. So Olivia actually shared this link here. I'm going to copy it and paste it into the chat again. But you can follow that link there. That'll bring you over to the free plan, and then you can go ahead and start setting up your Teachable school. You can play around with the AI curriculum generator. I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. Even if you just want to put in a silly prompt, like what's the best way to sleep, or build me a course on the best way to sleep and be comfy, do it. It's so much fun, and it's really inspiring to see where those prompts can take you as far as creating a course. Okay, so I think we've got that question. Let's see what else we have. We've already shared the link there. Candy asks, how limited is the free membership? So there are definitely some limits. Off the top of my head, I believe you can only post or publish really one course at a time. So if you wanted to publish more than one course, you would need to upgrade to a Teachable paid plan. But if you're just starting out, I think one course is really all that you need. As far as content, there's no limits for content there. I think it's really just publishing for free courses, which is why we recommend it. It's free, there's no strings attached. We just really want to see people be creative and start their journey on the platform. It's going back to the Teachable community. I'm in there all the time again, seeing folks publish their content for the first time and like just seeing the joy that they get out of being able to publish that content is so exciting for me. So highly, highly recommend, again, just trying it out. We would really love to see you there, but totally free. There are a couple of limits like publishing, but other than that, you should be good to play around with building your course. Okay, question from Spark. How long is the trial? What are the fees after the trial? Great question. So it sounds like you signed up for our Pro Plan trial, so you can test out all of the Pro Plan features. I believe it's a 2-week trial. So you have that time to go ahead and play around with all of the Pro Plan features. After that, it'll revert down to a free plan, so we won't automatically charge you or anything like that. You don't have to worry about any hidden fees, hidden payments there. It'll just go down to a free school. After that, if you decide that you do want to upgrade and keep your Pro Plan features or upgrade to a basic plan, you absolutely can. We're not going to stop you from doing that. But no fees involved after the trial. We're not going to hit you with anything hidden or sneaky or anything like that. Okay. Chelsea's just hopping off to see if they can get audio back. No worries. Let's see. I'm trying to poke out a couple of other questions. Is it free for authors and influencers with a high following?
Hey, can you hear me now? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay. That was very nerve-wracking. You were doing great, though. You were still in the show.
Sorry.
I'll let you continue. Yeah, so everybody drop your questions in the chat. You guys have been doing great. I did see one private question that someone asked, just, is video a necessity to do a course on Teachable?
Yeah. So we talked about that a little bit, but just to go over it again, not necessary. You can have as much video as you'd like within your Teachable course, but there's no barrier to creating a course. If you just want to stick with text and images, PDFs, totally fine. You don't have to do video.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have one question for you, Monique. And once people set up their course, is there a way, or what would be the best practice for testing it out to make sure that everything is good to go before kind of inviting students and getting it started?
Good question. I love that. So there are a couple of different ways that you can go about it. If it's just you can just create like a dummy student account or just use any email address that you're not already using for your Teachable account. And then open up like a private window or an incognito browser and just go through the process with that new email address, and you'll be able to test it out that way. But if you're looking for like feedback, if you want to get a feel for how students are going to love your course, I always recommend reaching out to like friends, family, colleagues even. You can create like a private free pricing plan for your courses. Share that out with them. You can create a coupon if you want, if you just want to discount it a little bit. But just sharing that out with them and getting them to go through and leave feedback is perfect.
Oh, Alice has a good question. So what's the best way to develop and build your audience?
Ooh, good one. We're coming through with a juicy question today. I love it. That's a great one. There's so many different ways that you can do it. I'm going to go back to the first option, which again is just sharing with like friends, family, just to get the initial feedback there, because word of mouth is so powerful. But after that, it's really just like social media, finding your niche on social media, especially if you have a course that isn't going to be for everyone. I guarantee you there's something like a private Facebook group about it out there, or a Reddit subreddit, there you go, about that topic. So just finding those areas and just dropping hints, telling people about your course, even giving away free content. And you can do that with like a digital download on Teachable. It's the perfect way to start building your audience.
Thank you. And Alice, thank you for that question. That was a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
And I may, when I was doing my audio fun technical things on this, and you may have answered this, but do you have any tips or advice on how to price your course or how to kind of set up the pricing for your first course?
That's another great one. Yeah, so it really depends on the niche that you're in. What I'd usually recommend is just going around to see what other creators are pricing their courses at in your similar topic. That doesn't mean that you're setting out to like undercut those other creators. It's really just a chance for you to compare and see what your audience is willing to pay for. And then if you already have an audience, just straight up asking them, hey, would you pay $100 for a course about X, Y, and Z? Would you pay $200? They're going to be completely honest with you. They're not going to hold anything back. It's the best way to get a straightforward answer about how you should price your course.
Yes, I mean the easiest advice is sometimes the best. Like, just ask. What would you be willing to pay for this? Spark is asking, what is the difference between what you offer on your platform versus, say, something like Gumroad?
Back.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if I dropped off or if you dropped off. There was a
okay, good. I was actually worried it was me. So that was you. Then we're doing all the technical things today. So that's okay. So yeah, the last question I was asking is, I'm glad I kept smiling through that. You never know if you should. But yeah, Spark was asking, what's the difference between what you offer on your platform versus something like Gumroad?
Ooh, good one. Yeah, so Gumroad is cool if you really just want a place to like throw your content and like not bring any like of your voice to it. It's just a place for you to really just a place like for you to house your content. Whereas Teachable is a place for you to build an experience for your audience through, a customizable course, adding interactions to your course, adding a coaching product, bundling all of those things together. And then not only that, not to throw shade at Gumroad, but their team isn't nearly as interactive as our team is. We believe in being human at Teachable, which means always giving you a human response, always taking your questions into consideration, what you want to see out of the platform into consideration. So I'd say really what sets us apart is the people. We're always going to be here for you at every step of the journey.
Perfect. And Monique, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, you can let me know in the chat, but for some reason we lost you on screen.
No.
I know, I can only see, so that's really interesting. So if anyone's in the chat and can only see me, let me know. But yeah, we're doing all the internet things are happening today. It seems
Checking them off.
Oh, there you are. Perfect. All right, now you're back. Okay, great. We're both having to take some intermissions because you guys are just fire with the questions. All right, So I will do a last call for questions and see if anyone wants to drop anything else in the chat. Again, thank you everybody for joining. Olivia, who is also part of the Teachable team, has dropped some links in if y'all want to get started with the free trial. And is that a 14-day free trial or how long does that last?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so plenty of time to hop in and start playing around. And with the AI generator, I mean, it's one and done. You could have that done. I could have built a course in the time it took for Monique to do this presentation. So,
exactly.
And we have one more question from Spark. And what equipment is needed if video is used to teach a course? So any best practices there?
Also a great question. All of the good questions today, y'all. So you don't need much. A lot of people have the misconception that you need to have like a whole big camera setup and lights and microphones and all of the things, a green screen. You don't need it. I have worked with creators who have made hundreds of thousands of dollars on the platform, and they only use their cell phone to record their courses. It's nuts. At most, I'd say just make sure you have a nice, clean, blank background. If you live in chaos like I do, just find a blank wall. You'll be good to go. Make sure you use sunlight as a form of lighting. You don't need to buy like a fancy light rig. A webcam or your cell phone is perfectly fine. And if you're feeling fancy, you can buy a $20 little microphone on Amazon and clean up the audio. But that's it. It's really not a whole lot.
Oh, yeah, that's great tips. And, the lighting thing is, and I mean, the way that phones can take video these days, it's just insane how much you can do on, the newer phones. So yeah, very approachable again to be able to start a course that looks good and have high quality video as well. And Nader is asking a private question. Can you use a pseudonym when you a pseudonym when you are creating your course?
For sure. You don't have to use your full name. You can go by a pseudonym. You can go by your company name. That's totally fine.
Perfect. That's a great question. All right. Last call for questions before we let Monique move on to the rest of her day. And we let all of you go on to start your own courses at Teachable. So I know, come on down. Yeah. So I know that you mentioned some of the ways to connect with the community that you have there. I know that those are kind of all on the paid plan. So once you kind of get into it and you decide that you love it, go ahead and join the conversation there. And after this, any social channels that Teachable is active on, I know you said you have videos within the platform, but if the folks want to learn more, where is the best place to go?
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter, LinkedIn. We are everywhere. We're on YouTube. Go ahead, type in Teachable. We will definitely pop up. And again, totally happy to answer any questions that anybody has. If you want to send us a DM, post on our wall, if people still do that with Facebook, anything you'd like.
No, we're all TikToking now, I guess.
True.
Well, thanks everyone. Let's see if one more question came in. So Alice is asking what the paid plan costs, but there are several different tiers, right? Or there are a couple of different options?
There are a couple of different options. I can actually pull up the pricing plan and I will share that in the chat. To be fully honest, I don't always remember what they are off the top of my head, and I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. Give me 1 second. And Olivia might have already shared this too, but here we are sharing it again, dropping it in the chat. So, all right. So our pro plan, which is the trial plan, it comes out to $119 per month. You don't have to go with that. You can go with our basic plan too, totally fine. That's just $39 per month. So not bad.
Perfect. All right. One more question is, so do you need different accounts for different courses in different niches? Interesting question. So if you have a plethora of information you want to share, do you have to have different accounts for each kind of niche that you're going to be talking about?
Absolutely not. So you can stick with one school. That's totally fine. What I've recommended to the creators that I've worked with in the past is just to create an academy, right? So with an academy, you can have all of the subjects, all of the topics, all under one umbrella. So you would name your school. I'm just going to go with my name, Monique Daniels Academy, and then I can have all of my different courses underneath that school name. So that's it.
Perfect. So everything that you're good at, everything you could possibly teach, you can do it through one Teachable account.
Absolutely.
But thank you for that question. And if we don't have any more, I will bid you guys adieu. Thank you so much for hopping in. I appreciate all the really thoughtful questions and for spending some time with us today. Oh, wait. Oh, so Whitney's asking, is it possible to sell within Teachable? So obviously you can sell your courses, but can you do other products within or through Teachable as well?
So Teachable isn't built to do physical products, but a cool thing that I love about the platform is you can customize the way that your school pages are built. So if you have a storefront, let's say like Etsy or Shopify, you can easily embed and link those school or site pages into your school. So your store will always be accessible to your students.
Perfect. All right. And actually, this is a fun one to end it on. Alice wants to know how she can take your Canva class.
One day, hopefully soon, if you come say hi in group coaching, you'll be able to follow along with me on my journey to building this course, and hopefully in the next maybe month or so. I don't know. Thank you for asking. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're building it in public. That's so brave. And also kudos for doing the demo live too. That was making me sweat a little bit. I'm like, I hope everything works out. And it did. So it's perfect. So yeah, follow along with Monique's journey and join her course when it is available. I imagine you're a fantastic teacher. I have enjoyed learning from you today. So again, thank you everyone so much for joining us. Thank you, Monique and Olivia for being in the chat and answering some questions there. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I hope you all learned a lot and that we'll see your courses on Teachable in the very near future. If you, again, want to replay this, we had some great best practices, some great tips to get started. It will be on our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and then search for Lulu or Lulu University, you should find us there. Be sure to subscribe, and this should be up in about 24 hours. So check your emails, check your notifications. Monique, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you for having me. You too.
Thank you. All right. And thanks everybody for putting up with some technical difficulties. We always keep it exciting around here. So thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.